I've worked very successfully with Rockets and his team for a number of years, and that worked exceptionally well. And he's brought up a project here that I was going to a little bit on, and some pictures of later on. So yes, it's been a very good working relationship that we had over the years. And as Rockets has said, it's a team approach. His team there I saw them as my team as well. So as we were working on projects, you know, it wasn't a matter of outsourcing something to somebody else to draw, and there was little involvement. There was a dialogue backwards and forwards, just as there would be with any staff member working in your office. So just because the office is several thousand miles away, it made no difference whatsoever. We're still able to communicate exactly as we're communicating now with things and drawings. So that it worked exceptionally well. A couple of visits over in Lithuania on business meetings to discuss work, and actually from you introduced me into using the VR a little bit more, and that worked very well. So the face-to-face meetings, I mean, for me it was very good because there was a local airport that we could get over to in a couple of hours.
All right, well, do carry on, Ruckus, and Ian, feel free to contribute as part of this section.
Yeah. Outsourcing is maybe just partly correct word. We are just an expansion of a drafting room, and also we are adding to a drafting room additional functions. As we worked with Ian, we received some starting information from his side, some photos, some sketches, measurements, 2D drawings. Ian pointed out we worked as a team, as a expansion, and we helped him, he helped us. It was a mutual communication, and at first maybe there was some learning curve as in every partnership, but after that we managed to move a bit smoother. So basically we also received information about equipment that was done, that was used. We did some modeling of that equipment, and as work progressed, we got some pictures, equipment drawings, and we also, based on that information, we created some plans, we created sections and schedules. And also we did this one of these projects at BIMX model where you can go through all this quite heavy technical equipment, and we are very happy that Ian has sent us picture of a finished project.
It's quite grounding, really, when you do this type of work, that you know that people are going to be in here needing life-saving operations. And it's one of the things that actually pushed me towards a medical side, because there's a nice end result out of it. It's not about some client making loads of money or somebody wanting the nice house. This is about often, you know, frontline medical care that is needed, and there are several people that appreciate it as it goes. The end users, such as yourself, who's actually been in one of these labs, but also the staff, the nursing staff, the doctors and things appreciate what you're doing all the time with that. And the builders are a great team over here that have been working on. There's a lot of specialized builders. So Rockets and his team really helped with that.
We worked with some other projects, but the principle was the same. We received some information, we did some modeling, some drafting, some communication, some meetings, and worked with under strict supervision of Ian. We received red lines, notes, and we just gathered all information in one thing. Yes, this is also like we produced that BIMX file where they are all the drawings.
This project, just as an aside here, working with Team for BIM, this was an interesting one, because in terms of working with drawings, and it makes you realize how you cannot rely on information. I know you've talked all about the point cloud things, so, but I'm always a firm believer in double checking things. This job here was drawn originally by there were a pair of Siemens scanners going in here, 1.5 Tesla scanners, and it was drawn originally, sketched up by Siemens as to their scanners fitting in. When I went to site, it was based on as-built drawings that were actually in CAD format for the project. When I went to site, the building was actually 4 foot narrower than it shows. Not in the width whereas across it, but if you look at that drawing in the sort of north-south direction. So that made a heck of a difference to getting the scanners in, and that was highlighted. That was, from the information I got, that was highlighted straight away by Ruckus's team, saying there's something amiss here. So we double checked dimensions, and then that went through a process of redesigning this, redoing the sketch schemes out for them, and having to shrink it to fit. So the working with Team for BIM worked in the same way as you would work with another member of staff sat at the side of you in the office, that you were working through it all the time. So that it was that sort of relationship. So it was that was an interesting little job, that one. There was a few more things, and I think I was going to just go over a little of the way that I would present information through to Team for BIM as well, and also some of the BIMX use as well. I'm not going to go over the old ground of what we've done with there, other than to say that, just to reinforce the fact that it's a team approach of working. It's, as you say, it's like an extension of your office. I found myself a few years ago with having staff in the office, but we'd got a workload that we needed an extra pair of hands, exactly as you'd said earlier on. But that extra pair of hands was getting difficult to locate in our country, and also difficult to locate on a flexible basis, because the nature of the work is 1 week you're pulled out, the next month you're a little bit light on work. So I'd had to balance and make commitments on whether you take somebody on full time, whether it's part time, what their commitment is, and I decided to try this route. And it worked exceptionally well, I must say, and Ruckus knows that. It's been a good relationship with 2 or 3 of Ruckus's team over the years, and more pulled in if I needed it on a larger project. So I think that was very good. If you